acknowledged she was God's slave. There was an acknowledgement that she was God's slave. Look at verse 38. I am the Lord's servant. That's what it says. I am the Lord's servant. We try to soften the language by translating this real word as servant. But Mary says in the original Greek that she is God's holios. She is God's slave, is what the Greek means. That she is God's slave, and to God and God alone is she going to submit her life to, and she admits that she has no rights before God. And in this affirmation, Mary is an example to every single one of us who claim to be followers of Christ, that we too are God's slaves. We don't like that thinking. We don't like that process. That's partly why I think sometimes we've changed that word and translated that word servant, because servant sounds so much better than slave, doesn't it? Another thing I want you to see. The second thing is this. Mary affirmed that God's plan is the best. Look at verse 38 again. May your word to me be fulfilled. In saying these words, Mary was forsaking whatever dreams and desires she had in life. She was saying, God, you know what's best for me. I will act and I will trust in you. Mary was forsaking every other plan in life, even her own, to say yes to God. Here it is. Listen to this. Listen to this, my friends. The favor, I love this. The favor of God, it confronts us today. God wants to pour His favor out on you and this church and me and this community. He's waiting. The favor of God, it confronts us today. God has favored us, and the result is an invitation to act. And the favor of God isn't like we stand in a shower and we just stand there with all this water coming upon us, and it's like, oh, it's so good to be in the shower. The favor of God, it says, go do something with my favor. Right? It says, get out there and do something with the favor that I've given you and be active into this community.